Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Rasan427, and today I'm actually doing a top 10 list, and this is actually my top 10 favorite WWE action figures of 2023, and these are the top 10 best ones. I feel like, well, top 10 best, not it's the same thing. Top 10 best, top 10 favorite WWE action figures of 2023. I'm just going to be listing off my list. These are the 10 best figures that I feel like WWE Mattel has actually put out this year. This is the very best, just to me personally. I'm doing Elites Ultimate Editions together. I don't collect basics, so I can't really speak on basics. I don't really see a basics even making a top 10 anyway. But I don't collect basics, so that didn't get into it. But I actually jumped right into my top 10. And starting out at my number 10 spot. At my number 10 spot, I actually have this John Cena Walmart exclusive Ruthless Aggression. What was it, Series 2? It was one of those, I mean, I really don't know. I can't keep up with Walmart's because I hardly can even pick them up. But this figure is absolutely fantastic, and they really slowed down. Just to me personally, seems like they slowed down on John Cena figures. We really didn't get that many this year. We got like a bunch of repaints, but I feel like this one, the only problem with this one is that it doesn't come with a hat. I do not know why we didn't get a hat with this one, but that's really just the only issue with this figure right here. But I think it looks absolutely fantastic. It's definitely one of my favorite time periods. You know, SummerSlam 08 when he was taking on Batista. I was watching heavily at that time. I mean, that was a hugely anticipated match. So those are the two guys of the Ruthless Aggression era. It's like Austin and Rock facing for the very first time. But this one had more build up than Austin Rock, because Austin Rock was faced before they became to their popularity. But Cena and Batista never faced off. They did tag team matches. They did the Royal Rumble spot. They never actually faced off. But to see that was fantastic. And this figure, I think, is the best John Cena figure of this year. And it's definitely one that I wanted to pick up multiple of these, and I probably still will pick up another one of these. But yeah, I think it's fantastic. You get double jointed arms. You get a new attire that's like completely different, because you really don't really ever. I think we got like one or two Ruthless Aggression figures of this, but we really don't see this attire actually too much, because you didn't really have it for that long, to be honest. I would love to see the video game shirt that actually came with this. Somebody can actually customize that, because it's the same armband, it's just a video game shirt. But number 10 spot is the Ruthless Aggression John Cena figure, Walmart exclusive. And at my number 9 spot, I actually have the returning person who actually just returned, Randy Orton. This is actually a WWE Ultimate Edition, the first ever WWE Ultimate Edition Randy Orton. This isn't the attire that I would have chose. I still love it. I love this figure. I think it's pretty much perfect to Randy Orton. I mean, not to him now. I mean, he's probably twice the size of this. I mean, if they give us a new Elite figure, they're going to have to use pretty much a whole new body, because this is not big enough the way he looks right now. But at this time, when they actually released this way he last looked and stuff, but I think this figure is absolutely fantastic. I think it personally captures Randy Orton. Even though it's not that attire that I would choose, a lot of people did a lot of different customs, because he's pretty much the same size his whole career. I mean, up until now, he's huge. But he's pretty much the same size his whole entire career. But I still think it's fantastic. You get a Raw Tag Team Championship, switch out heads. You get a bunch of different hands as well. But yeah, this is the pose I mainly keep him in with the hoodie on. But yeah, just a fantastic, fantastic figure right here. I love to have this in my collection. This is actually a figure that I wasn't even going to pick up. I was like thinking about, because this is not the attire that I wanted for Randy Orton. I wanted something completely different, but this is what we got, and this is what I'm just going to accept. I mean, at this point, there's nothing I can do about it. But my number 9 spot is the Randy Orton WWE Ultimate Edition. And moving on to my number 8 spot, I actually have the Seth freaking Rollins Hell in a Cell 2022 WWE Top Picks 2023. I want to say it's 100 Top Picks. I don't know, but it came out this year. And the only thing that's holding this figure back at my number 8 spot is that we don't get multiple hair sculpts. Now, I'm fine with this. You know, it's the way he comes out. You see, I got him in the pose and everything like that. But just like, I like to have more options. And I feel like with this figure, first of all, I don't even know why it was a top picks. That was kind of weird, because I feel like this should have been like a ringside exclusive, because a lot of people was waiting for this a specific attire. But I mean, it's fine that it was a top picks. I thought it was kind of weird, because top picks are usually repaint and stuff like that. But I had to scoop this up, had to pick this up. I think it's a fantastic figure, but the only thing that's holding it back is just not, I just needed another hair sculpt. Because I like this, but I like more closed mouth hair sculpt, maybe smiling hair sculpt. I don't really like these type of hair sculpts. I feel like when you're posing them around, it's kind of like he's had the same expression. Like with a plain hair sculpt, you could do way more with it. But that's just with posing and stuff like that. But I think everything about this is fantastic. I think this hair sculpt that actually is on here is fantastic. The hair is on point. I think this whole attire is great. This is definitely one that I was waiting on. This is probably the one I'm waiting on the most from Seth Rollins, just to pair with my Cody Rhodes to actually go with it, because you definitely need those two together, because it's from the exact same match. But yeah, I think this is absolutely fantastic Seth Rollins figure. Only problem is the hair sculpt. That's really about it. I mean, the body, torso, and everything like that, You get the cloth goods. I mean, it's really nothing bad I can say about it besides the hair sculpt. But my number 8 spot, I actually have Seth freaking Rollins, WWE Top Picks figure. At my number 7 spot, I actually have the Rob Van Dam WWE Ruthless Aggression Ultimate Edition figure. And man, this figure is absolutely fantastic. It took me a long time to actually get this. I actually just got it, was about a month ago, 2 months and a half ago, something like that. I actually just got it recently, but I mean, yeah, this figure is just absolutely fantastic. I love to have this in my collection. Like, this is one of my favorites in my collection, period. Of course, I mean, it's in my top 10, so it's one of my favorites in my collection. But yeah, everything about this figure, I mean, it's not really nothing bad I can actually say about it. This is the singlet they should have did for Kurt Angle. To be honest, this body fits for Kurt Angle because Robin and Kurt Angle basically the same size and kind of the same height. I believe they both, maybe Robin Dam is 6 foot, but I believe they both are like 5'11" or something like that. But this is the perfect body for a Kurt Angle figure. Anyway, you got the singlet and everything like it. The torso is great. I mean, you get the switch out ponytails, different hair sculpts. You know, all the hair sculpts are great, but you get different hair sculpts on it. The WWE Championship does have a problem. This is not the WWE Championship actually comes with. It actually says John Cena they playing on it, which that's weird. And it has the WWE like Championship on the side plates. It has the upside down, so that's another weird thing about it. But other than that, I think it's a fantastic figure right here. I mean, this is definitely one I was looking forward to. I know people had trouble with the hands. My hands came perfectly fine. So that must have just been an error on certain people's hands because my hands didn't come like different with switch out and stuff like that. But yeah, I think this figure is just so great right here. I love the attire. This is from ECW One Night Stand 2006. But yeah, that was my number 7 spot. And actually moving on. At my number 6 spot, I actually had to put this Shawn Michaels figure on here. This is actually the defining moments. Royal Rumble 1997, we actually took on Psycho Sid. I mean, just the entrance gear actually take this over the top. Because a lot of Shawn Michaels figures, they don't be giving us the entrance gear. I really don't know why they don't give us entrance gear. But I feel like with this one, it's so great that it gives us the entrance gear. Of course, the body is perfectly fine for Shawn Michaels. You get the hair and stuff like that. But the entrance gear really takes this over the top. You get the hat. I mean, I love this attire right here with the red and the Texas logo. It was a defining moment definitely for Shawn Michaels selling out stadium with 60,000 or dome. I used to say stadium dome, but so 60,000 people actually being in his hometown of San Antonio, winning the WWE Championship. I mean, it's just a great moment for a great wrestling moment overall. Everybody was talking about the Royal Rumble 1997, but yeah, definitely something that you need for your collection, for your Shawn Michaels collection. If you're a fan of Shawn Michaels, we didn't get a Winged Eagle Championship. It seemed like they always hold back on the Winged Eagle Championship. On Bret Hart's, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker's, there was somebody else who they held back on the Winged Eagle Championship. I don't know why they don't give us that championship. They need to start giving us that championship more and more. I do not know why they don't give us a championship. But yeah, I mean, the hair sculpt I think is really, really good. And have they always known that with Shawn Michaels? No, but I do think they're getting better, especially with this one and stuff like that. But yeah, this was actually my number 6 spot, defining moments, Shawn Michaels figure. And actually getting into my number 5 spot. Now this figure. This is kind of where my bias start to show in, because I can definitely see why people wouldn't have this on their list. I can definitely see why people would. But for me, this one had to make the list. This was actually Shawn Michaels Survivor Series 2023 wave. This is actually from Survivor Series 2002. Comes to World Championship. But yeah, I had to put this. I had to put this one on here. Just simply because that moment is so great. I think that's still the greatest Elimination Chamber match of all time. WWE has not topped the first Elimination Chamber. Just to me personally, they have not topped it yet. And this is just a great defining moment. Is the hair sculpt a bit off? Yes, I do agree that the hair sculpt a bit off. But everything else about it, the attire, I know a lot of people don't like the attire either. That's another issue. Is that Shawn Michaels, is kind of a weird attire for Shawn Michaels. He only did this like one time, with him actually returning and coming back. But yeah, I think it's fantastic. I mean, this is one, and I think one of the reasons why this is so hard for me, because I've been waiting for this for so long. Like, it's been years. I don't think Mattel has ever even touched this. I want to say Jax maybe gave us this. I don't even think Jax gave. I would have to look into it. I don't believe Jax gave us this, but they might have. But I'm pretty sure Mattel has never given us this, so I was just waiting for this for the longest time. I thought it was going to be like the defining moments, like a exclusive or something like that, because it's such, and I kind of want for Shawn Michaels, this is his last World Championship reign overall of all time, so it's definitely up there. But yeah, just for me personally, this was my number 5 spot, something I've been waiting on for a long time. This would have been higher if the hair sculpt was better. I can see the likeness of Shawn Michaels, but it's really not there all the way. It's really not there all the way. But let's actually move along. Getting into my number 4 spot, I actually have this Bret Hart figure. This was really tough. Now we get into the tough stuff. I don't really know what to go with the 4 and 3 spot, but I'm going to put this at number 4. Hopefully I don't regret putting this at number 4, but I'm going to put this at number 4. Bret the Hitman Hart, another defining moments figure. You see it was one we already got in there. I mean, that wave is just fantastic. But I had to put the Winning Championship around his waist. Bret Hart should always come with Winning Championship. You know, I know this is before he won the WWE Championship, so it should have came with an Intercontinental Championship. They didn't give us that, but I put the Winning Championship on it. I mean, this jacket really takes it over the top for me. I know people don't prefer these types of jackets. I don't know why. There was a complaint about the Cody Rhodes Ultimate Edition, because the new Ultimate Edition, he actually get to switch out arms, and actually have the Target exclusive Bret Hart with the switch out arms. But I prefer this. I just prefer cloth goods overall. All cloth, all real materials. That's just what I personally prefer on here, but I know some people may not prefer that. But yeah, I had to put this on the list. I love the all pink on pink, the glasses, the jacket. I think this thing is absolutely fantastic. I believe this is, what was this, WrestleMania 8 against Robbie Piper, which is one of my favorite Bret Hart matches of all time. So that's another reason why I put this at my number 4 spot. But yeah, I think that this just takes that ringside collector's exclusive defined moments over the top even more, because I feel like they really gave us everything. I mean, besides Cody Rhodes' jacket, that's the only thing they could have gave us in that wave. But they gave us everything we pretty much wanted in that wave. But this is my number 4 spot, Bret Hart defining moments figure. Getting into my top 3, actually, my number 3 spot, I actually have the WWE Ultimate Edition Brock Lesnar figure. And this figure right here, I mean, this absolutely captures Brock Lesnar perfectly. There's a lot of talk about the back tattoo. I don't know. I don't pay attention to it that much. I mean, it looks fine to me. If I really pay attention, maybe I looked at the back tattoo. There's an issue with that. And I think the body is absolutely perfect. I mean, I know he uses this on pretty much every Brock Lesnar figure, but I mean, his body really hasn't changed that much. I mean, sometimes he has a little bit more weight on him, but his body is pretty much the exact same as he was in 2002 up until now. And you see, they de-aged the hair. I mean, these hair sculpts look exactly like he did back in 02, 03, 04. So that's absolutely fantastic. I didn't give us the elbow pads, but at this time he didn't have the elbow pads. We was taking on The Rock and Hogan and Undertaker. He didn't have the elbow pads yet, so that's the reason they didn't give us that. But yeah, it's really just, it's just a great overall figure, and it's definitely one that we needed in Ultimate Edition form to get another Brock Lesnar. I know we've gotten a few elites. I think we got like 2 elites, a classic Brock Lesnar. And you know, outside of switching the back of the trunks, the reason they don't really give us too many of these, even though I love Brock Lesnar at this time, is because it's just plain black everything. So it's kind of like, it's really nothing actually there at all. So it's just like, there's really not any variance you can do. I mean, you can put the skull on the back, but is somebody really going to pick it up if you just change the skull on the back? No. So yeah, this will probably be the last Brock Lesnar Ultimate inside this form, I think. Maybe, I mean, of course we would get a re-release, but I'm talking about Ultimate inside this form. There's really nothing different you can do. Maybe we'll get some elites down the line of this, but it's definitely one that you need for your collection if you're a Brock Lesnar fan. I definitely would say that. Now let's get into my top 2. And actually getting into my number 2 spot, I mean, he's my favorite wrestler today, so he definitely is going to be on this list. Cody Rhodes, defining moments figure. But even if he wasn't, I mean, this figure is absolutely fantastic. Definitely, I think they perfectly capture that injury right there with the torn pec and stuff like that. I actually have him holding a sledgehammer, and he actually comes to bull rope. But I actually like him like this. That's what he did inside the match and stuff like that. You know, he had the bull rope as well. But I actually like holding him like this, exactly like this inside this pose. They still haven't fixed the neck tattoo. I don't know when they're going to fix that, or maybe they just won't fix it because they don't really see it as a problem. Because I mean, people are still going to buy it, so it's not going to matter. AEW did get that right. But I guess there's a reason why they keep doing this, the molding. But it's not really molding. It's just like you just putting it on there. So I really don't understand why they just don't change the neck tattoo. That's definitely super inaccurate on there. Hopefully they should get that changed now. But then you might say they might not change it because they've already done so many Cody Rhodes figure in that form that if you change it, it'll be different from the other figures. So we'll just see if they change the neck tattoo. That's really the only issue that I see with this. It's great to have my Seth Rollins figure you see earlier in the video to actually pair up with this. I got them like standing right next to each other inside my collection. But yeah, it's something that I'm just absolutely ecstatic about having this in my collection. It took me up kind of a while to actually get this because I was, you know, it was on back order and pre-order and all this other stuff. So I finally actually got a chance to get my hands on this figure. But this is my number 2 spot. Definitely need to make the list. It's almost at number 1, but let's get into my number 1. And actually getting into my number 1 figure, I had to go with this Rock Steady Ultimate Edition Target exclusive figure right here. I had to go with this one. I mean, everything that it actually comes with from the tracksuit, and not even, I had to pick up multiple of these because I got one in the tracksuit that's in my collection. I got one just like this. I know most people are probably going to display. Well, I don't know how people display it, but I guess most people display it like this. You do the tracksuit. I actually picked up two of these, so I put a sweatpants on actually my Triple H figure. Took the elbow pads off. Looked like exactly like he did back in the 2000s. We actually used to come out with the sweatpants and a shirt. So there's so many different things you can actually do with this figure. But I think if you have one of these, I think having them like this, exactly like this, is absolutely perfect. Only problem is we didn't get a championship belt. I don't know why they hold back on the championship belts a lot. I really don't get that, especially its Ultimate Edition. Like, it should always come with a championship belt. And I know that some figures can't come with championship belts. Like, for example, the Undertaker figure, he didn't have a title at that time for what they're going off of. So it kind of makes sense, but it's like, give me a championship belt, especially with this one. Should have came with the Big Eagle championship belt. No, what's the one? Big Eagle championship belt. That's what Attitude championship belt. That's what it should have came with, but it did. But everything else, all the head sculpts were great. The body is perfect. The tanning is perfect. The skin tone, every single thing about this is perfect. They matched the sideburns up with the trunks. A lot of people don't be noticing that. So The Rock has trunks like this, but then he changed it later on when in like late '99, he changed it to where it was like pretty much throughout the rest of his career. But at first he had trunks like this, but they don't actually line up the sideburns, because sometimes he had the long sideburns with the new trunks, or sometimes he had no sideburns with the old trunks. I know a lot of people don't really know that. That's me getting into the nitpicking and stuff. Like, it was not really nitpicking, it's inaccurate, but they actually got that perfectly on here as well. But this I think this is just absolute perfect figure. I mean, aesthetic, like, there's literally nothing you can complain about. It's just nothing. There's literally nothing you can complain about. This is like the only Rock figure that you need. I mean, of course, if you like a different version of the Rock, then that's something different. But this is like the only Rock figure you need in your collection right here. And actually, tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. What were your top 10 WWE action figures of 2023? These are my top 10. Tell me your thoughts on my top 10 figures of 2023. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.